Hey guys, it's Mark, and today I'm going to replant this tomato plant here. So, what I've been doing here in South Florida is started growing my tomato plants. I made many mistakes planting my tomatoes in like May, June, and it's just way too hot over here. I do live in an apartment and I'm facing west, so the sun is just unbearable. I don't really have any shade besides just the small corners, of the balcony. So, I've been bringing those things to all my plants, pretty much all my peppers inside, just to cool them off a little bit during the day, but it just takes too much work. So here we have October, end of October, and this is the time where you grow tomatoes here in South Florida. So what I did here, guys, I purchased those organic seeds from Southern Exposure, and this is Rosella Purple, and this is actually a dwarf type of plant. So it grows much shorter than the regular plant and produces lots of fruits. Okay, so I'm very excited. In order for this plant to kind of handle the amount of fruits that's gonna have, is the stem of the plant gets very thick, almost probably an inch or maybe even 2 inches in diameter. So it has enough strength to kind of handle the weight of the fruit. So here what I did, I don't know for those who've seen the videos before, but I started the seedings in those little plants right in those little containers right here, and and they were doing pretty good. And then I put one of these in a smaller container like this. I didn't have those big ones right here, which is this one right here. And what I did actually a week ago, I replanted one of these in this big one right here. But the problem is no one sells, you can't really find those big clay pots in Home Depot anymore, or even Love's. I mean, they're just out of stock. What I was able to do is go, actually this one is from Home Depot, I'm sorry, but only if you go to local nurseries, much smaller nurseries, sometimes they have it because they just much smaller store, and they're able to hold to the stocks a little bit longer. But I was having a very hard time to finding those pots here. I'm not sure if they're made in China, if there's a supply problem, but it's definitely a problem here in South Florida. Maybe not, in the Midwest or anywhere north, but here in South is definitely a big problem. So here what I did actually, guys, I picked up another one. This one has a little bit cracked, but I didn't really care. This one actually is a little bit thicker than the cheap ones that we usually buy, but I'm very happy. I mean, this one was, I think, $20, and this is 17 inches pot. I'm not sure. It looks like around 4 gallons, probably 4 gallons, maybe 5. This one actually had a crack over here, which they did give me a 20% discount, which I don't mind. Those clay pots are very fragile, so any little bump, crack is something pretty usual. So, but I don't really mind it. But anyway, and this is my second one. So what I did, I just picked up a second pot, and what I did, and this is something I found in the Flamingo Nursery in Davie here in South Florida, which I love those local nurseries. They have so many more types of different type of fertilizers, and different type of soil. Those big box stores, I feel like they just go for profits, and they go whatever is the cheapest. They don't really care about the quality of their products. So I just Home Depot, yeah, I purchase certain things, but I definitely like to support my local nurseries, and those guys really care what they sell, because they're privately owned companies. So guys, what I found, as for those who've been watching the channel for a little bit, I mainly been using, since last year, I've been using the black gold soil, which is combination of the peat moss, and I believe there was some worm castings, and it was fully organic and OMRI listed, which is very important to me. It's another like a step of making sure this is you're getting pure organic stuff rather than some kind of crap. But so I've been always using black gold, and I had a pretty decent results. For those who've seen the pepper videos, I mean, I can't really complain. But what I did came across, and I seen this 2 weeks ago when I was there, and I kind of just glanced at it, but now I needed some nice fresh soil for my new pot right here, and I decided to kind of change up and pick this one up, you know. And especially this is MRI certified, coast of Maine, you know. I don't know if you can really trust if it's really from the coast of Maine, but what it does have, it's a peat moss, it's got perlite blend, and is enriched with the compost. Okay, to me, one of the most important things is making sure the soil is not too dense. As you can see here, this is a black gold one, and this one has a lot of wood chips, and it's pretty nice and fluffy. Okay, I don't want my root system to be, you know, compressed to the point where, you know, it's just the plant is not doing too well. You know, you want to make sure the drainage is fine. And you know, the biggest thing is getting the clay pots, guys. You know, plastic pots, you know, even if your soil is you know, light and fluffy, it can still compound and, you know, cause problems for your root system. So, you know, clay pots is definitely a way to go. I learned my lessons the hard way, where all my root systems were pretty much boiled in the plastic pots. And you know, here in Florida, at least here in South Florida, you gotta get the clay pots. You know, it lets the air in and out, and also improves the hydration, where the moisture is able to escape through the walls of the pot. So, but guys, I'm very excited for this one. You know, I definitely want to give it a try. Especially, it's gonna be very good comparison, because we're gonna be comparing to this one right here, to the black gold. And I punched a little hole right here, but I haven't really looked at it inside and see, you know, how dense it is, how fluffy, what type of material we're gonna be able to find in this bag. But I'm excited just to even see the results. Okay, we will use the all-purpose fertilizer, which is 444. And you know, for tomatoes you need your calcium. This one has 6% magnesium, and this one actually is the only one which is organic, OMRI listed, that it also has iron in it, which is very hard to find in any type of non-organic fertilizer. So I'm very excited for this. So we're gonna, you know, mix it up. And you know, here you can actually read the instructions if you're not familiar, if you're just learning about planting your own vegetables and fruits. You can read the instructions. I usually eyeball it by now. I don't really pay attention to this. And what I do, guys, I keep my fertilizer in this cashews container, just because I like to seal it. I keep it inside the house, and you know, I don't want get kids, you know, I don't want nobody to have access to it, and it just keeps it nice and dry here. So let's go, guys. Make some cuts here and see what we got here. And this one, I wish they would have a bigger bag. You know, the smaller bags are a little bit more expensive, which is obviously, if you buy more, it's always going to be a little bit cheaper. All right, looks pretty fluffy. Not too much perlite. It says premium, but you know, let's see what we got. Okay, pretty the same thing, guys, as far as I can tell right now. See what we got here. There's a big chunk of something here. I know you guys can't really tell, but this one is like a brown chunk of something. It looks like just a mix of something. Yeah, I don't think it's really mixed well. You know, some people like much more perlite than this, and looks like this one might have, and this is the top of the soil. Usually the perlite just comes on top of the soil, so you can't really judge it based on that. But looks fluffy. And actually, when you smell it, it smells like raw mushrooms, which is, I believe, it's a good sign. I like how fluffy it is when you try to make a bowl, and it's pretty moist actually. It's not really, it's dry, but it's not dry to the point when it just creates dust. But I like it. I like the smell. Just gotta make sure you break down all the little pieces of this. I think this is a piece of compost here because it's very dark, and then you got those brown spots where this is what the peat moss looks like. All right, let me add some Let's some probably a cup. All right, give it a good mix. I really like this smell, guys. It smells just like raw mushrooms. I used to go to the woods when I was a little kid with my parents and pick up mushrooms from the forest, and this is not really the type of mushroom you buy in the store, but like a fresh real mushrooms. For those who pick the mushrooms in their lifetime, they know what I'm talking about. All right, that sounds good here. And then let me just gotta hold my camera, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for me, but let's see if we can. All right, let me put it down, guys, for a second. All right, looks like we gotta put the rest of it here. I put the top inside the pot, the small pot inside, kind of measure the height of the plant, where the plant's gonna sit when we take it out of the container. And so we actually used 8.8 liters, the whole bag. Okay, so I'm happy actually I got two, but like I said, I wish they would have us bigger bags of this product. This bag was around $6, $6.99 I believe, so it's a little bit pricey. It's always better to buy in the bigger quantities, just becomes much cheaper. Okay, I don't want to put too much, but this is not enriched soil with some kind of chemical fertilizer, so you always want to make sure you give it enough. So now when you put your pot here, you kind of look, it's gonna sit right there, which is perfect. All right, and that's what we got, guys, here. And look at this, guys. I just replanted this one maybe a week and a half ago, and it was a small plant, and look, there's a root system everywhere. Look at this long one right here. Wow, unbelievable. I'm happy we didn't break this one. All right, so let me just get the second bag here and let me fill it up, and I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, we all done here. Believe it or not, actually both full bags actually fit into this container. So we have 8.8 liters of the soil in one bag. So we had two bags, let's make it even, of 9 liters per bag. So we had 18 liters of soil in this pot right here. So I'm gonna do the math once I hang up with you. I'm gonna convert it into gallons, since we here in the United States measure by gallons, but here it is. So we got this one in our black gold soil, and as you can see here, this is something I was talking about. This one has a lot of little pieces of bark, which I very like. I like a lot, like especially for my citrus trees. Citrus trees require good drainage, and this type of soil is perfect for this one. And this one does not have anything, right? And you can tell that there's actually a lot of compost here, because compost. But let's see. That's gonna be a great experiment. We're gonna find out if the tomatoes, Rosella purple, likes a kind of thicker type of soil, or comparing to well drainage. Okay, and we see the difference, which plant's gonna do the better. This plant was actually planted a week and a half maybe before this one, but I don't really think it really matters, because it looks like they're pretty much the same size. This one's been here for a week already, and I'm sure the root system is insanely long. But let's see. I'm gonna guys keep you updated. I'm gonna make another video maybe in a week and a half and so. But anyway, guys, this video is about tomatoes, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys subscribing. It's over 100 of you guys here, and if you haven't joined yet, you can always follow me on the Facebook. I post some pictures there. You can find me on the Instagram. The links are in the channel's description. And also, if you're interested in cooking different type of recipes, you can follow me on the Simpler Kitchen channel, so which I believe there is also a link in the description. So thank you guys for watching. Now see you next time. Bye bye.